Welcome back, casual gardeners. As you can see, I've got a chicken coop. Does that mean I'm a casual homesteader now and not a casual gardener? That is one of many questions that will probably go unanswered in this video. What we will be doing is assessing how I feel about this Producer's Pride Guardian chicken coop now that I've assembled it. So first of all, if you're working by yourself and you're about my age, allow 8 solid hours for assembling this chicken coop. The girls couldn't be happier. It's a lot roomier in here than it was in their storage tote. But we got to talk about something else. This chicken coop is marketed as being for 11 to 14 chickens, I think it says. It's got about 44 square feet of run space, and I don't remember how much coop space I measured, but I can tell you with confidence that the largest number of chickens I feel can humanely be housed in this is about 6. And the only reason I'm saying 6 instead of 5 is because I've got 6 chicks and I'm rationalizing. This is good for maybe 5 chickens. Now, looking at how everything's put together, I think you could probably squeeze 11 to 14 chickens, depending on their size, on the roost bars. So it could be that they've decided that since there's room for 11 to 14 chickens on the roost bars, this coop and run can house 11 to 14 chickens. But I think we all know that you do need a certain amount of square footage per chicken to combat aggression within your flock. And if you try to cram 14 chickens in here, it's gonna get grim. Hey there. I'm slightly in the future. I was editing the video and I noticed that on the sign on the door, it says 14 birds, not 14 chickens. So then I went to the Tractor Supply Company website where I initially ordered it, and it does say 14 chickens. So I was gonna give them an out. I was gonna say, okay, maybe there are some domestic birds that you can buy that would comfortably, you could house 14 of them in this coop, but Tractor Supply Company screwed it up. I still hold this against them. All right, so let's talk about the things I like about this coop first, because we're gonna start positive. I really like that the base does do a lot of self-squaring for the structure, that the structure connects directly to the base. We've got a window over there that helps assure that your chicken coop doesn't feel like a dark, dank cave. The roost bars in the coop itself are at reasonable heights and are built for stability. I don't see my girls knocking the roost bars out of place when they grow up. There are predator-proof latches on the exterior doors. The doors are big, which means that if I need to, I can physically access the whole interior of the coop and do extensive cleaning, and stuff with relative ease. It's not quite a comfortable height for me, but it's better than nothing. I like that the run is covered so that the floor of the run isn't going to get wet when it rains, and that's going to help keep the smell down. Plus, I like that the door of this coop is a little closer to ground level. I've heard that the little chicken stairs can be a little bit hard for younger chickens to go up and down. My girls, at about a week and a half old, are already mature enough that I know they can jump that height. Right, so now it's time to talk about the things I don't love, and I wish they were not that way. Big factor I'm not really thrilled about, because I am gardening in USDA Zone 6, which means that we're going to average winter low temperatures of like -20 degrees Fahrenheit, which sucks. There are pretty big gaps at the joins. Like you can see the light shining through here where it opens up for the nesting box. And I worry that these big gaps are gonna make the coop drafty when winter rolls around in just 3 short months. Many of the parts arrived bent or cracked. These roof panels, I think like 5 out of 6 of them have cracks at about this location. Because they overlap, only this one crack wound up being visible. I was able to overlap them in a way that it doesn't really matter. This isn't really over the interior of the run, but still, I would like my brand new coop to not be damaged. The roost bars in the coop actually extend over the nesting box, which means that at night, hypothetically, I could have my girls pooping on my eggs. And I understand that a little poop on your chicken eggs is going to be a fact of life when you're raising your own chickens, but I think it's reasonable to exclude or minimize that, and this coop design does not do that. There were not enough of these screws, these self-tapping screws with silicone washers to fully install all the roof panels. All of these are fully attached. It's just the ridge sheets along the ridge of the roof. They're well affixed. They're not going anywhere, and they're probably going to do just as good a job excluding rain as they would with more screws. I feel like they should have more screws. I feel it in my heart. Now, for all that I appreciate and admire the latch designs, I like them a lot, I feel like they do have a couple of flaws. Flaw number one, so if I wanted to sit inside the run with my girls, but I wanted to keep the run latched, maybe a neighbor's dog was roaming through my yard or something, I don't see a way to latch this and then get out. I think it might be a safety hazard the way it's currently designed. I think it would be better if there were a mechanism to open it more easily from within and escape it. I found that, so I've got a stripped off broken screw in here, and the latch plate around the other side has the same issue. I really had a hard time getting, I don't feel like the screws were beefy enough to actually screw into the metal like they were supposed to. The latches are stable now. They work. I'm comfortable. I'm not going to get raccoons in here, but it sucked. I think better screws for that part would be ideal. You are going to want level terrain to install this on. I had to do quite a bit of terrain leveling, which I did not love, but I mean, to be fair, that's going to be a problem for any chicken coops. And I already talked about how they've said you can put 14 chickens in here, and no, you can't. So if you're watching this and you're thinking about getting a Producer's Pride chicken coop and run, 6 chickens or less, go for it. It's all right. I think for its price point, it's a decent coop and run. It's got some issues. Oh, also there were some parts that were not correctly labeled, and about halfway through assembling the coop itself, I had to stop and I had to backtrack and I had to remove some panels and I had to reinstall some panels. I think somebody at like the warehouse or something was having a bad day and they were just slapping stickers on willy-nilly, and the stickers didn't all correspond to what they were stuck to. I'm not gonna hold that against Producer's Pride. I know that everybody underpays their warehouse staff and overworks their warehouse staff, and just about any self-assembled chicken coop would probably come with a similar problem. I am so excited to embark on this chicken raising journey and to share it with you, hopefully all triumphs and no setbacks. I would like this to be fun and uplifting and not have to cry over any dead chicks, because oh my gosh, they're so sweet. I've already bonded with all of them and the temptation to name them is so strong. They do all have their own cute little personalities and they're so fun to play with. They're already playing. It looks a lot like hunting behavior, but adorable. You should like this video. You're still watching it. You don't have an excuse. Subscribe to my channel if you're into chickens or gardening. You'll see that this is my first chicken video. Thank you so much for joining me here in my garden today, and I hope you have a wonderful day in your own.